We now welcome on to the teleconference the head coach of the Richmond Spiders, Russ Huesman. Good morning, Coach Huesman.
Hey, Rob. How you doing?
I'm well. Sorry, we're running a little bit late
All right.
today, but it's been a good thing. Again, for media members on the call, if you have questions for Coach this morning, just use the chat feature. But Coach, 8 starters back on offense, 7 on defense. Just as you get going here, how does your team look to this point?
Probably just like everybody else, I like our team a lot. We've got quite a few players coming back. Feel good about them, both sides of the ball and the kicking game. Again, I didn't know the numbers, but I just look at our roster and kind of see a bunch of guys that have played a lot of football on both sides of the ball, and some guys that didn't play and maybe back from injury that had been a starter or played a lot of snaps, both sides of the ball. I think we've got some depth, especially up front offensively and defensively, that we haven't had in the past. And so I feel good about where we are. I like our guys and I feel good about going into the spring.
First question for you today is from TJ. Go ahead, TJ.
Hey, Coach. I just want to ask you about the South Division. Obviously, the North and South divisions look very different this year, where you guys are playing the series and the other schools are playing everyone once. Just your thoughts on the South Division, that group of schools, and what that looks like.
Well, obviously, I think anybody you play in this league is tough. So I can't imagine anybody saying, well, the South is tougher than the North, or the North is tougher than the South. They're all good. It's a very competitive league, but the one thing you look at is obviously William and Mary's been a huge rival of ours for a long, long time. And James Madison has become a pretty bitter rivalry also. So you got those two right off the bat. And then Elon, what they've done with their program and how good they are right now, makes it a tough road. But I think they're all very interesting matchups, and to the point where there are rivalries there. I'm not sure if they like us, we like them, but it should be pretty neat to do. When they came up with the idea, I thought it was a pretty good idea.
Next question from Sean Robertson. Go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Rob. Good morning, Russ. How you doing?
Good, Sean. How you doing?
Doing good. Good to talk to you.
You too.
You touched on it in your outlook, and I know we've talked about it a lot. It's in regards to your depth, especially in the offensive line. How much further along were you guys able to get through in regards to implementing more stuff in, because you had more numbers this year probably than in years past?
Yeah, that's a good question, because really, in the fall, it was kind of a spring practice, and every year since I've been here in spring practice, we've trotted out there with maybe 5 offensive linemen that are healthy, after a tough season, and you really scramble. You're limited on your numbers in the spring practice. This fall, we had a lot of depth. We got a chance to play a lot of people, and we weren't scrambling like you normally do in the spring. Normally after the fall season, you have 7, 8, 9, some years 10 surgeries that they can't participate. You lose your upperclassmen, and this year, you didn't have those injuries after the fall. I mean, leading into the fall, and everybody was there. So it was actually, fall ball for us, even though it was like a spring practice, was way different and way better than anything we've done in the spring.
Thanks, Coach.
Next question from Greg Medea. Go ahead, Greg.
Hey, Russ. I was just wondering, from watching the FBS in the fall and talking to coaches that at that level, what did you take away from how that level managed the COVID protocols and everything that you guys will be going through in a few weeks?
Well, we have been reaching out to people in the FBS level and the BCS level. How did you handle it? Just all the protocols that they were using just to even get to a trip, to eat pregame meal, to do all those things. And, we haven't experienced it yet. So, we're getting ready to experience what they went through. I thought the football was really good. I thought they executed well. It looked like a normal, when you turn the TV on, it looked like a normal college football season. And, but I know, behind closed doors, all the things they had to go through just to even show up for a Saturday game was incredible. And so we're in the process now of kind of figuring out, all right, how are we going to handle, locker rooms before games, locker rooms after games, pregame meals, bus trips, whatever that is. It's our turn now to do that. And so, the more people we can reach out to and see what was good, as you reach out to them, it's all pretty similar in how people handle things. So I think we got a good feel for it. And, we got to make sure, just like they did, that our players, our athletes are extremely smart in what they're doing, how they're managing their day-to-day lives, with the masks and the social distance and no social gatherings and how we manage meetings and how we manage practice. It's going to be a big in the fall was a sacrifice on our guys because they wanted to practice, they wanted to do those things. And, for them to accomplish that, we had to stay COVID free. We couldn't have a bunch of contact tracing going on. And, I told them, I said, you guys got to ramp this thing up even 3 times more than what you did in the fall, because now we're going to get the opportunity to play games.
Thanks.
Thanks, Greg.
Russ, how much is it with the how different this year is going to be and different in practice? How much does it help to have an experienced quarterback like you have in Joe Mancuso?
It's huge. Joe's a talented player, no question about that. He was coming into the fall. The teammates had voted him captain. Says a lot about him and how our team feels about him. But it also feels good. We got Bo English too, and Bo played a lot of football for us, especially early on last year. So we're going in feeling good about that position, no question.
Got another one from Sean Robertson. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Coach. Rob just touched on the quarterback situation with Joe, and you mentioned Bo. Is there a situation again this year where you may decide to rotate quarterbacks, or do you stick with maybe either Joe or Bo for the duration of the season?
We're going to play one quarterback. Now in the spring, we're going to play them both, and we've made that decision. We're going to play a lot of people in the spring, and so they'll both get. They're both going to play, no question about that. Joe's our starter, and I anticipate going into the fall with Joe as a starter. But Bo's competing. Now, the one good thing about Bo is, he just got accepted into law school, so Bo's going to be here next fall and the following fall. So we feel good about that one. I'm so proud of him, to get that opportunity to go to law school. That tells you a little something about him as a person. So he's excited. Now he'll next fall he'll crank up. He'll have 3 years of law school, and he's going to get it paid for by the University of Richmond and come play quarterback. So pretty neat deal.
Before I let you go, the defense also equally as experienced up front with Kobe Turner and Colby Ritton, and then your 2 top linebackers with Tyler Dressler and Tristan Wheeler. How are you feeling about that side of the ball?
Well, I love those 4 guys. They're really good players, no question about that. And obviously, when you're good in the middle, you got a chance to be good, and we're good there. I mean, with Ritton and Turner and the 2 linebackers there. I think the one thing we got Darius Reynolds coming back, who didn't play in 19 with an injury, and he had started the previous year, so feel good about him coming back and playing, even though he didn't start last year for us, but he had been a starter before. We'll be a little young in the secondary, and that I don't want to say that's an issue, because I think we're talented. The guys we lost last year, loved them and did so much for the program. But I truly believe that we're more talented in the secondary, just less experienced. So we feel good about, Niall Harris is going to play strong safety, and he started at nickel for us. Aaron Banks is going to play free safety. He started at nickel the first. I think he got hurt in the Albany game. So those guys have a lot of experience. And then Noah Nicholson's back, and then Tyreek Funderburk at the other corner. So we feel good about those people. And then we got a freshman secondary class that's just tremendous. And like Chuck said, they're not freshmen anymore. So, normally you're going to fall and they're freshmen and you're nervous. When we play this spring, they're not freshmen anymore. And even next fall, they won't be freshmen.
Got one last one for you from John O'Connor. Go ahead, John.
Thank you. Hey, Russ, what is Richmond's goal this spring semester season? Is it to go 6-0 or is it to prepare for the fall of, 2021?
Both. I guess you can do both. I'm not sure if people agree with that. I think we can play a lot of people and still try to win a championship, try to be 6-0. Our goal is to win the championship. Our goal is to go to the playoffs. We're working hard to do that. Our players understand that, but I'm not going to put anybody out there that's going to get beat on the post 4 times in a row and it's 28-0. We think we got enough players that we can play a lot of people to take snaps off of Kobe Turner. Kobe Turner, I don't want him playing 70 snaps for 6 games or whatever, and then come back in the fall and play another whatever game season that is. I don't think that's fair to him. We got 2 defensive tackles behind Ritten and Turner and Ray Eldridge and Aiden Murray that we think are really good, and they played a lot last year. So we're going to do it more than just say Kobe Turner's going to play 65. Ray Eldridge is going to play 10 to give him a breather. We're going to play Ray and Aiden and other people more. But if they go out on the field, they got to be able to give us a chance to win. And the bottom line is, I'm not trotting somebody out there just to say we got to get this guy reps and we fumbled 3 times or we gave up 2 deep balls and lose a football game. I'm not interested in that. We want to win. Our mindset is to win, but I think we can do it and play multiple people.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
All right, Russ. Thanks for the time here this morning. Look forward to catching up during the season.
Good job,
Thanks.
Rob. See you
Thanks.
guys.
Bye.